There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Foreign people who waiting to sell. Blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the promise of them. The work with my life without fear.
A lyrical
Master.
Play Paris, who make you again Sktv venue. Say my journey, Tina get as say my yamu. And yes, I know money, and more I know. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I can't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I don't get it now. Cause you work on my ya to money.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Foreign people who waiting to sell. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chide, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Backwater, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Indeed, Sktv, it is the best in Liberia. Sktv, we are the best in Africa, and Sktv, we are the best around the world. That's why we bring in all of the information, all of the happening, be it politics, be it entertainment, all of the trending national issues. We bring everything right to your doorstep, But that's it, folks. Good evening to all of you, our listeners, our viewers, those of you that are always supporting us in the work we do. We know that is not easy, but you're always taking a little 1 or 2 cents to support your work. That is, everything you buy data, you buy how they call it's not easy. Even if you recharge, or even if you charge, some of the gadgets you have to go low. So yeah, so you have to buy something on a battery. I don't know what I will back to the battery situation. Yeah. So again, let more people help us share the show. Good evening. The show is here. The show will be interesting this evening. From our fact, today they are the 3rd of February, the 2nd month, and the year will be the same, 2026. So that means we in the 2nd month of the year 2026. And God is guiding us, carrying us through. And that's why we are here. We are alive. And we're moving very strong. So help us share the show. One will soon be here with us. But Ali will join us. We have so many things to talk about. Our country, yeah. The councilor is saying, people, when they read their own book, then at the end of the day, they burn their own book. So, the politicians, they have their own way. Time for campaign, time for, all of the happening, they will come and tell us that they will do this, they will do that, how they will build glass houses for us, how they will transform our lives, how we will go home with happiness. But by the time we give them these positions, they tend to, I don't know what kind of a defensive system. You know, they always defending. But when they are not into the position, they don't defend. They just sit in the way they see it and they talk the way they talk. But when they are into the position, then we tend to defend system. But again, it's good to go. People help us share the show. Yeah, let me see quickly. Let me share the link around. Yeah, help us share the show. Those of you who are watching. My good friend and brother Robert Fasilu Jacqueline, my brother, good evening. David Williams, thank you so much for watching and help us share the show. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. It's on your time zone. Yeah, Mark, I'm coming. Soon share the link around. Life is not easy, but God is there. That's the thing with life. So many tensions, so many things ongoing. Sometimes some on the roofs, some of the horses that you see around. There's so many things happening, man. Yeah, so many things happening on some of the roofs or some of the horses. People have their own stress. People have their own life. So people have everything to, to do. Yeah. So help us share the show. Sidiki Traore, thank you for joining us. Please help us share the show. Those of you who just joining, help us share the show. The show will be more than interesting. Usual for us when we come here, we don't joke, because the reason there is, even though there are wild allegations, accusations all of the time, oh yeah, you people for the other group of people, but they get things wrong. We are the one, the president, in fact, we the one copy, in fact, running with the president, think, love, and build. Some of us, that they are where we stand, think, love, and build. Because you got to think about your brother. You got to think about your neighbor. Someone very near you that the person having eaten. Yeah, so when you think about a person, you think about your neighbor, you think about people, then you will have that heart. Mark Chabate, Minister of High Father Assistant Minister, let me see, he posted something, and I'm just going to read that quickly. That make a lot of sense. The only thing is that we don't go about this thing with him, because the first thing is when somebody die, you cry. You go out there, you see how they bury the person, you come back, you forget. Now have a look. But help us share the show, man, interesting. So Mark B. Jabate said, or in fact, he had they posted on his Facebook page, no religion in the world is greater than kindness. I don't know how many of you that know this thing, Mark. Thank God that some of you are speaking out. No religion in the world that is greater than kindness. No scripture is deeper than compassion. No ritual is holier than love. When we say these things, people take it for a joke. All of the religious people, those of you who are imam, pastor, bishop, you're walking here and there, you do all the people, all the kind of saying go to all of you, because it's in the Bible. That's what the Bible says. In everything you do charity. Charity that love. Show love to people. Well, then let's move from Mount all my people. But the wickedness of our land is just overplus. Until funny things are happening. Nobody to talk anymore. Our young children are into funny things. Young women are funny things, posting funny things up and down. And these are same people. Some of the people they in some of the churches, they are quiet, they inquire. Some of the people they in all kinds of things, in fact, activities in the churches. They know them, they see them. They need a girl, need a boy. Funny things they are into, and we keep moving. But help us, man. Help us share the show, people. I'm doing that already. Well, you see, most of the young boys, the young girls, and they this thing that before that people only use, or in fact used to hear about. Now and then you see everything now on the internet. Everything is just there now. People are watching. By then when you used to hear about Sodom and Gomorrah, those of you, let me just say maybe in the other way so that people can understand. The lesbian and the gay, all the funny thing. People just think that you know, the scripture, or you know, it was just imagination. Yeah, every time, you know, when people hear about these things, they say, oh man, that thing our imagination, man, God, the people say God, I don't know, God destroy Sodom and Gomorrah for lesbian and gay business. But today, are we not seeing these things? No, you help us share the show. That's a society. The wicked one will always, because they have the power, they have the money. So what they will do? They will do everything possible that they will do. And they call it freedom. Which type of freedom on this earth that bring you on this earth through your mother, that will tell you that it is your right, it's freedom, that man be doing funny thing, and woman be doing funny. Which is that freedom? Well, again, that's society. So it will blind you from seeing the good things to getting to the worst, in fact, doing the terrible things. And the society back these things because they die and one with the same people. They in the same society, they in their every society here, and they enjoy themselves. So we were talking, we just wasting our own time, wasting all of our breath and so forth. But that's it. Share the show. The show will be hot. Let me see quickly. Let me play something. Yeah, it's not easy, my brother Robert. James David, good evening. Good afternoon, my dear brother. Fumba, okay, yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Yes, Jeremiah Kole, my dear brother, you have to join us one of these days. Jeremiah Kole, join us on this platform. So the platform is open to each and every one of you out there, Liberian. Come out and have your say. Yes, come out and have your say. Because how come when these people, when they are into oppositions, they tend to advocate? But by the time they get into governance system, they tend to defend, I don't know, defend what? Oh, yeah. But if let me send you the link to, forget, sorry. So when they're in opposition, and at the time they tend to advocate, they will be advocating for the poor people. They you know, we got to talk for the poor people. But by the time they get into position, then they tend to defend, I don't know, defend what? Defense force. That's the kind of society we find ourselves in. Funny thing that people into now, your children. Your girl children, and they into funny things. They work out, then they blame the men. The men are not serious. You see yourself, see the kind of thing you people are into. Everything circulating on the social media. People see what you can be doing now. And you see it? What kind of country is this? Yeah, man. The country just some kind of way. So they war. So when you do all of that thing and then you say, the men, now what my brother, the social chairman waiting for Thursday. You can see the men that's all kind of many. You put yourself into God make us him. We have special time for social interactions. Quickly, people, before we move to our politics, there's time for social interactions between men and women. And that time, that social interaction will last, depend on you people own time. And it's just about, you know, these things, the way God make these things, it's just about entertainment for both men and women to be able to have fun and feel satisfied. Just be entertained and be stress-free and move on. But see people that, if you want to the social chairman come. Yes, Alexander Boniface, Emmanuel Hayes, my brother. Thank you for watching. Abu Doya Fofana, thank you also for watching. Karen Kroma, thank you for watching. That's good. Just share the show. All of you people, you help us share the show. I'm looking for Alexander Comics, one of his video, or in fact, from that interview that he did with Julius. Yeah, that was great. Yeah, it's good. It's good to come out. But for me, all the things that ANC people have to do is not just only coming out. In fact, even all of the political parties, yeah, it's not just about coming out and be talking. Now, I think now like people now we should graduate now for only talking. Now we're not looking for actions. For me, I'm not looking for actions. Yeah. Emmett Hammer, my good friend and brother. Thank you for joining us also from Car City, Emmett. Yes, you know, one of the other love of the media because they understand what media can do. Oh, you want to know which book? Yeah, man. Wait for Thursday. Wait for Thursday when the social chairman come Thursday, Alex, then you will know which book I'm preaching for. But it is indeed annoying that our young brothers and sisters they will be portraying all the video. You know, before coming on the radio or before the show, Alex, I watched one other video where I saw I don't know there were about 4 or 5 guys and they were interviewing them. You know, not too long. And you see them the way they were behaving. I was like, wow, for real? But again, but I didn't go evening. Welcome.
Maybe what happened to you?
No. Remember the Western world now, you're like, not enough for even travel again before CDC. Because our sisters, they already on the internet. Then our brothers, they too, they on the internet. I said, I was just watching the video, brother.
You get me laughing here like crazy. They make that yelling, oh, kind of funny. You talking and you in the chat, you preaching.
Funny thing here, man. What kind of question is this?
Yeah. But ready, I'm probably doing that.
You know, my brother before Moka, you know, we just capping all kinds of things. The Western people think that I'm a part of we capping everything. We just capping. I don't know what kind of people are we. We only capping what we just capping everything and just destroy ourselves. For me, I don't see. But that way,
I got the paste.
Yes. What's up, my brother? Good evening, man.
Oh, baby. I swear. That girl, like kind of funny thing they are doing.
Man, I see they get into that thing. I swear, but I knew I was too. I don't know how do you call it. I was angry in my spirit because these and we get insult from the people for no reason. Because if they're in that kind of habit, tell me why can't please you now?
Maybe let me tell you something. Right now the war we in. If you see your children coming up at the age of maybe 15, 16, you see a girl going around a boy, you see a boy going around a girl, just try to be talking to them, be advising them. But if you say you come in, oh, I want to see you going near any girl at your age, I want to see you going near any boy. Like one of my former workmates, when she saw her son with a girl talking to a girl, he was like 16 years, and she started coming down hard on him. And instead of her advising him, you stay in school, this and that, and what have you, she came down hard on him. At the end of the day today, the funny thing you're talking about, that why he ended up in. So the kind of world we live in now, if you will see a girl child or boy going around a girl or a boy, just advise them. But when you start discouraging them, at the end of the day, and the funny thing we end up in, we just need to advise them. The war
seriously, my brother, you're right. Now the funny thing that they're well under the end up to. Mark. Oh. Sorry, Mark.
Mark, are you there?
When I'm getting you first, when you were talking, so I don't know what you say, but when I still getting you.
Monk stay setting, no, I think so. So that funny thing then when you the way the world looking now, we that girl, children, everyone or all when you see your son talking to a girl, the only thing is advising you need to go to school, blah blah blah. This and like let me tell you something. One time my son started asking me, he look at his age now and looking at my age. And while I had child, I started having child very early and things. So we started having a conversation, my 17-year-old son and I. And I started telling him, I said, because you know, when I was coming up, I felt to myself that maybe the war was going to end, or this thing of having children or being relationship. I thought like something that has an end, it never has an end. And I started having children very early. Like now I get grandchildren. You can't even say no, let I tell you. Like my daughter graduating from college this year, she just gave me another grandchild. Well, my first child have given me 2. You see?
Mark, More when I say get it, let me take you off maybe and so you
Or you
can
can
do
go and
your
come back. So, and
yeah.
I started to tell him some of these things, and I started to advise him. Right now, you see, what I wanted to achieve when it comes to education, I couldn't reach that level because I started having child at early age, and I started having responsibility. So now, if you want to be like me, you will not achieve what you want to achieve. So the only thing I urge you, go to school so you can be able to achieve your goal, what you want to do in life. But you see where I am today because why I started having child very early. So I mean, I can have conversation with my children, and
You know, the
you
right way there, more. Let me be frank. Let
and
me get
that's
more. Say, Brother Ali, that's the right way to go. Because if
yes.
you don't do
You
these
see,
children, what the Bible said, train up a child, talk to them. Training is not only about beating. Most of us African parents we think that training is just all about taking
mhm,
the other ratting, punishing the child, beating them. But no, 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 no. But you got to talk to them. You got to educate them. You got to tell them about things. And right now, as we speak, the war is even more terrible than doing your and ours because we probably with your transition for your days. So it's like things are even more terrible, but I think because now you can easily, the monkey always say, you can easily communicate with
mhm,
or with a guy on the internet.
sure. See, Mom, why
So
have you struggling today? What's going on?
No, I'm on. I just listen to you guys. I put myself on mute. I mean,
But we keep calling your attention. We're not hearing you. That's why I said
yeah,
you still
my
struggling.
laptop
Okay.
audio
Wel-
button was muted. That's why.
Welcome, bro.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
doing great. Good to be here, following the conversation. Anyway, I think that's for what you got discussing. One of the things I admire about the Western culture, they are not perfect. We got our own shortcomings. No culture is 100% perfect. They got their weaknesses and get their strength. It's one of the strengths in the Western culture. They have an open communication with their children. Because at the end of the day, the choices will be made by the children, but the parents' job is to just lead them along the way and getting the best advice possible. You
That's
are not
true.
responsible for your children's decision, but you are responsible for telling them how the real world works. And one of the mistakes our parents made, we don't engage in. Imagine you got a boy coming up, and you the father. Who you think is going to set the guideline for him to be able to make it in life, in terms of relationship, in terms of money, in terms of decision making? Only you did that. But in Africa, the vast majority of us never sat down a single day to have a meaningful conversation with our dad, at least for an hour. And I'm talking about, oh, go bring my food, go bring that. I'm talking about a real life conversation. How often you see that in Africa?
No.
That a father will set a son down and be like, my son, be careful in this. At this age, the women thing, focus on your job, focus on your career, have a purpose in life. How often do fathers in Africa have those kind of a conversation? And then they will be shocked when something happens in the future. So technically, when it comes to putting children let's say setting the platform for them to succeed in life in terms of decision making, because the one thing I keep saying, I say, life comes down to the sum total of all the decisions you will make. From the time you go to bed until you wake up in the morning, everything in life is about decision making. You can choose to sleep or you could choose to wake up in the morning. You can choose to go to school or you could choose to become ignorant in society. Everything comes down to choices. But the question is, how many parents are having meaningful conversation? Most especially with boys. I'm talking about that. Because a woman cannot train a boy to become a man. Only a man can train another boy to become a man. So the question is, how often? It's not common, and it's a bad thing, because at the end of the day, whether you had those information from them or not, they will still walk into life. They will still grow up to be responsible. The question is, when they reach that age, what would be the template for that decision making when you never put those kind of structure in place at an early age? And it's very important for parents out there, not only the dad, but even women. You're a woman out there, you the mother, you got to call those girls children and tell them there will be consequences for the decisions you will make. I'm your parent. Ali, you are lucky I'm still alive. You can learn one or two things from me. A matter of fact, that certain experiences that I went through, and I don't want you to become a victim of those same decision making. That's how mothers should be talking to girls. Whether it's about rape, whether it's about teenage pregnancy, there is always a price to pay for every decision you will make in life, and there are intended and unintended consequences. So if our parents are not open to say these things, then more than likely you are just setting your children up for failure. Just because you send, and one thing our people don't know, okay, the one thing that I know about African parents, they will do anything and everything to make sure you go to school. But school is just one aspect of learning. School is not a guarantee of success.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So there are other factors in life. Children, your decision making, your respect, the way you carry yourself, if you're a woman, how to respect your husband. These are all learning process. The idea that our parents will do everything, they will go through all the square, they will even say their lot to send them to school. Okay, yeah, we appreciate that. But there are other important things that we should be telling our children, most especially for boys' children. It goes both ways. Like I said, the fathers supposed to spend more time talking to the boys, the women supposed to spend more time talking to the girls. Because when you set this thing, children can learn from observation too. And just by things that they learn from you. There were people that never went to school, they never got academic degree, but they are more groomed and properly managed than people that even got master's degree in school. Their parents listening to school, but yet there were other aspects, certain training, institutional training that were placed in them to become successful people in society. Guess what? And some of them grew up today. They are married men and women, and they have family. They are well mannered. They are well trained. They are well behaved. They're people who went to school. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing to send your child to school, but like I said, school is just one aspect of learning. Education is a whole different. You got so many range of education. You can learn as an apprentice, you can learn from listening, you can learn from observing, you can learn from reading, your parental training. They want to get you in school, you put everything together to make that big basket you call education. So to
that moment, let me just chip in on something. Yeah. But Ali will also comment on that because you just knew everything here about the way we treat our children. Because we're no longer talking to them, or we far from them. Let me be frank. We are far from our children, some of us parents, even to the extent that we don't easily joke with our women, or we don't, and these are things that at least maybe the son that you just talked about, the boy, because most often we blame women every time when relationships spoil or maybe when they get damaged. Oh, the women, they're not serious. Oh, the women, they know. How far has the father in a womb preparing these children or these boys' children? How well are they preparing them? Because the first thing, sometimes we need to hear the thing that when you see your father on the tree shaking his head, something is running, but he found a solution on what to do. But none of them, we don't even wait for even shaking of our head. We want to find quick solution to just get rid of any other thing for that matter to get things done. Among these things keep destroying the society, it keep destroying everywhere, and it's even entering into internet where people now will feel free that they can do any other thing without fear for the name of the family. People will post social things, naked photos, naked themselves, doing all kinds of things and posting it just because no communication, no job training. People will go out there and rent parents even to get married. No, man. Why not? I go and brother.
That just it there. Sometimes you need to sit your children down and talk to them. Like mom say yes, you the mother, be able to talk to your girls' children. You the father. Like I said, my children myself, we can have conversation, and I can tell them, if you will just be in America, go to school so you can achieve your goal, whatsoever you want to do. But if you want to be like me and start having your very early, the moment you mess around, you will end up to Amazon, Target, or whatsoever, because this is America. I'm not coming to take your responsibility. And you say your children that you advise them, and that's all we can do. Tell them when you do this, what will be the consequence. Don't dare hide it from them. You see, have conversation with your children. Our parents never used to do this thing to us. But right now, the world we are in, BA, Liberia, anywhere you find yourself, take time to...
And if these days parents, especially the mothers, they're not even looking for integrity.
You see, we have to be very careful again. What we wear in front of our children. If you the father, and this is why I told my other son, above belt for everybody. The day I just see you wear trousers without belt, I see you hanky. Oh, that day we call 911. Because I don't joke, because I your father, you never see me one day sacking. So if you will do it, meaning you're not in my house no more.
So when we don't have the law,
school, they had to be very careful what they wear in front of their children. Our children learn from us. We have to be
exactly. So when we don't have the law from home,
you see,
like for example, the mom and dad and the children, they don't easily eat together. No love. Look, our society is damaged, Mark. You don't see mom and dad and children eating together like that. No, they don't even, in fact, they don't even lecture. Some of them, in fact, they don't even watch movies together. Nothing.
You gotta understand it from both sides too, right? You can't blame them for that. And I keep telling people most of the training and the kind of education we get, whether formal or informal education, they were all passed down based on cultural reason, right? My grandfather did that, so my dad got to do it. I got to do it. My son will have to do it. That's how they were trained. Our parents back then, and understand they are different generations and the kind of upbringing and the level of exposure. So the people that grew up in the 70s and 80s, they are different than the people that grew up in the 90s and the late 80s, right? Up to the 2000s. So you got to look at the economic aspect too. The reason I keep emphasizing on boys for fathers out there, I'm talking about these days, because the children, they are growing up under different circumstances. We never had social media. We were not too materialistic. Our job is we come from school, we clean the house, cut grass, wash clothes, go play soccer. We want to do academic challenge. These are things we're interested in, right? And y'all go do community project on the weekend. Ain't no bolstering. Ain't no respect elderly people. But now we got social media generation. People are way more exposed. They got access to information. They see things. They are under pressure to get things that other people are getting. So if you're a father out there, the reason I emphasize on men more than women when it comes to upbringing of kids, because the war is brutal to men. Men go through a lot than women. Even societal expectation is self different from women, right? I tell you now, maybe I said wear a shoe and go walk on the street in the sun. Not too many men will be out there that want to give you a lift. But put a little girl that will wear some short little dress and go out there. Every man will be like, honey, you know, pretty use if the sun is too hot for you to be walking on the heat, even though his man walk under the sun. But he think some little girl or walking under the sun is going to be abominable. So for me, I prefer putting more emphasis on boys, tell them the war that is out there and what they will expect in the future. Because like I said, life is very brutal and mean to men. So if you're a father out there, you get a little boy, you should warn him. There are always intended and unintended consequences for the decision that they will make. I'm not saying you shouldn't advise your girl child for the female, but for all the fathers out there, you want to groom your boy. You want to keep talking to them. Because the idea back in the days was, if I expose my children to certain things, it will make them to be exposed for the wrong reason, in the wrong way. But no, it's the total opposite. If you withhold certain information for them that they will need, then it will become a problem in the future. So when I came to this country, I was like, the people here, they're doing a whole different, they do it in reverse. Let me expose you early so you know the risks and the vulnerability. Then that way you know how to carry yourself. But withholding the information, it's almost like you're a woman, right? A female out there. You had your first kid at the age of 17, your first kid at the age of 17 or 18, and you went through tough time to bring your kid. Don't you think it will be smart enough to tell your girl about the consequences of teenage pregnancy, then withholding information? Because you know at a certain point, she will have to have sex, she will get a boyfriend. So expose her early, then that way, I think it will be a help moving to the future. So you can't blame them too. It was just because of the time that they grew up in and the people that set the foundation for them. Because the same way they saw their parent grooming them up, that's the same way some of them used to bring us up to become men and women today in society. So you can't blame them. Then second of all, when you talk about eating together, the family dinner, my brother, you can do this thing when you have food on the table. When the dad is working, he got income coming in. When you the dad, you wake up. You don't even know where your next meal comes from. You go to set time that you and your children to eat together. You know, the economic aspect, you have total control.
No, man, Mark. Even as that, man, Mark, I would say fun way. Look, let me tell you, Mark. I just like the way you're close to everything, but you're right. Sometimes because of stress, but I think most of the thing, Mark, like we are also distancing our children from us as parents. Because the more you continue, because you know that he said something, the children, they gotta be more closer to you, and that's the only way that you will be able to communicate with them or to them, and they will learn. But if they are distant, my brother, you'll be creating trouble. And you pass through some things. You pass through some struggle because of one little mistake that you made that carry you. You know, every time when you make mistake in your life, it will the monk always say 6 years election, and only 6 years. It came for almost 15 to 20 years. And that's the part. So every little mistake you make, it will lead you to some kind of serious trouble. So, but at least say about burning business early in this. Yes, you know, men back then who claim that maybe they were taught not to, you know, deny woman pregnancy and all the kind of thing. So if I let them come to you and say, or maybe go to your parents and tell them that, I'm pregnant for your son. You don't want to get in, so you start maybe having child early. But that was negligence on the part of the parents for not also protecting both of you. Because, like you said, I don't care how long you have that information from the child. At the end of the day, that child will still know about all of these things. So why not can we now, okay, so we're doing health science, we do all of these things for our children in school. Why can't we now start to inform our children early about all of these things so that they can be victim all of the time? Because more children are having children. That's why today the society is just head scattered. Nobody control anybody anymore. So the one who early went on the street, maybe she was 17 years old, she started having maybe child or maybe children. What's going to happen? She's going to
maybe look at it this way. That's why I said they got an economic factor just before Ali coming. You got to look at it from both ways. The culture and the society that you grew up in, the way how you were groomed, your parents took that template from their parents too. So you cannot blame it. It's just a cultural thing, right? Let's take, for example, when you come to the Western culture, they will have dinner together because they believe it's the only time the mom, the pop, and the children will have time to discuss family-related issues. That's where. So while they are eating, they are having meaningful conversation every day. It's almost like you guys go about your daily activity, and in the evening you're assembled. But guess what? The food is always in the home. So you are not. It's not like the dad still hustling around 7 o'clock at night. The child comes from school, he doing something different. No, because they got set time that they meet and they have a family discussion about mom, what's going on. Your dad asking you what happening in school. This is where they can bring everything on the table. That's the whole thing of having family dinner. But yeah, the second component of it, when I talk about the boys and the girls, right? Most of the time, statistically, the people that have teenage pregnancy, especially men that start having children at an early age, in some instances, people did better, but most of the time, you won't do better in life. Right? For both women and men. That's why you see boys children in Africa back in the day, they always deny pregnancy. Because, look, life goes by stages. There's time for you to work on yourself. You are not running away from responsibility, especially for men. You will walk into responsibility. You will take care of other people. The question is, you must be prepared. And you must prepare yourself for thinking of somebody else. You are bored. You don't even know. You know, girls children get metro early. You can, like I said, you can look at a 17-year-old or 18-year-old girl. She can tell you exactly the man she wants to marry. She will describe that man. You ask 25-year-old man, he even know what he wants in life at 25. So if you are having kids at the age of 17, it means you are literally damaging your future because you don't even have a clear path or clear understanding of your own life. Think about bringing another human being into this world. So more than likely, when you start having kids at an early age, you don't usually go far, whether it's academically, in terms of employment, or opportunity. So people try to avoid this thing. But even trying to avoid it, you still need to educate them because let me tell you something. It's a psychological and a mental thing. When people believe that something will give them a negative impact in terms of consequences, they tend to avoid it. So I prefer telling my child, my man, you live under my roof. The day you purchase my $1 here, the day your school will end.
Oh, yes.
I will not take care of somebody else's child. My paper formula that I will not take care of somebody every time he send you to school. That alone, you have a testimony rotten. That alone, when he goes to bed, he will worry about that all day. He will be afraid. He won't mess around too many girls. I'm not saying he won't mess around girls, but he will watch his step because he knows there are consequences if he will come to the house with a child at age of 17 or 18. You're 17 or 18. What you won't do over a baby at your age? Especially for a man. You who should be taking care of a whole family, you everybody expecting to do something better, you cannot be messing up your life that early. So it's up to the parent. They got to change. It's a different world now. Now our great-grandparent, our parents' world. These are 21st century. Advise the children, give them all the consequences, and tell them things that they need to do to walk in chocolate for their own.
Like Mo just said it, because I went through the same thing. Like when I was with my brother. And when I impregnated somebody's child, he was like, I can't be sending you to school, and then you go impregnate somebody's child, I'm feeding you, I be feeding pregnant woman. So that's the end of your school. And he was serious about it. And well, as God could help him, I was able to get scholarship that time in St. Edward. And that's how I went to school. And like I said, this is why today, when my children be asking me this question, why I started having children very early, I can tell them, like Mom said, having child early, sometimes even academically, what you want to do, you will not be able to do it. When you already start having responsibility. And I can tell that, say, you see what I'm going through now, I cannot do what I want to do. So now, if you do the same thing, the next thing I'm just going to find something for you to start doing to Amazon, Giant, Target. So you have to be focused. Other than that, because I will not do everything. I'll be taking care of my grandchild.
Yeah, you'll be a Walmart greeter.
Okay. So that's why I can tell you, I said, this is America. You will end up in Giant, you will end up in Walmart, and all of these places or Amazon. So just 1 month. So they know what I'm telling them. And I can always use myself as example, and they know.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Hey, Aliu, you said something very profound about the children, especially for the one that are born here with to African parents. There is a big difference between the Western world and Africa. In Africa, you can put in the effort, but it's still not guaranteed you can become a success. In America, the children that are born here, they can choose to become who they want to become. All depends on their work ethic. If you want to be a brain surgeon in America, for the kids that are born here, you can be a brain surgeon and you will get a job waiting for you. It's not about guessing, it's not about family connection, it's not about who you know. No, the society was just built for them to succeed. That anything they want to do. Look, when you attend a high school graduation in Melbourne, when they're calling these kids for their diploma, when you hear some of the courses they be calling, I say, I don't blame you because it's already here. You'll get thousands of top university. It's already paid for. Some of y'all got scholarship. Some of y'all can even be working the job already waiting for you. So if a child end up with an Amazon or Walmart greeter or Lababido, it was your choice. Because at least in Africa, some people put in the effort but still the opportunity were not given to them. But for you, the opportunity is just waiting. You can just go and pick the one that you want. So if you don't do better here, then it's on you. It's not the parents' fault. Like I said, the job of a parent is to train the children. It's not the decision that they are going to make. No, that one is up to them because there is nothing you can do as a parent. You do your part, the rest is left up to them. Anyway, guys, I'll switch you over to you. I want to make that point.
Yeah, so forward now, someone was asking me, what are you talking about? The phone thing. Even though I said I still will be here on Thursday, then because sometimes we don't just want to be you know,
but like man, the way you're talking about it,
so that's it. All of these things that we are talking about, now we can lead the young guys to all the funny things because the more what we say, the social media. People want to be seen. People want things. So at the end of the day, some kind of wicked soul sitting somewhere and say, well, I can maybe bring the person closer to me and give them $50, $100, maybe on a smartphone or something, and put them into the system. So, Mark, last evening or day yesterday, one of our sister video was trending all on the social media for the wrong reason. And again, this afternoon while I was coming to the show, also a group of young guys also sitting somewhere behaving like check. I don't know. How come, where are we heading to with this kind of behavior?
Well, the social media, this Ali will go out there talking that Ali go back and come here, Ali for
maybe you saw it on social media or you saw in Liberia sitting acting a chick.
Sitting here in Liberia, even I know where they live, everything. Acting like in fact, and they say what they lost from them, phone lost. So that the person who were interviewing them were asking, and they were there looking like, look, but at the end of it, go ahead, man.
It's okay, I'm surprised for people to be brave enough to be doing this kind of thing openly in Liberia now.
So, yeah.
Like I thought you saw it on social media, but like you said, if you can see that happening in Liberia openly, I think this is alarming because Liberia, like we say, oh yeah, we are a Christian nation. This thing we really need to talk about it. Yeah, that's something. Yeah, when people are into this thing, I think how you say and do your thing. Even though hiding yourself whatsoever is not good, but doing it publicly and it is not legalized in our country, I don't think it is something good for us at all. Yes. And this kind of people being in the community, children going around them, the parents, they have to be very careful who your children goes around because this kind of men, like you say in the country, you get your children going around and they will start to do things to indoctrinate them into such a. I don't like to be saying this kind of thing. It's too creepy. Yeah, Mongo.
I don't know which video you guys talking about. I was training. Maybe I didn't see it. I don't know.
That will be over more. I think maybe, but the for the later I think she was doing some things to herself and the video leak. Well, I don't know whether she posted or leak or what, but again, that one aspect of the entire issue. Then the other one had to do with the young guys that we're just talking about.
Well, What happened to the guy?
They were behaving like women. They were interviewing because his phone lost. So they were interviewing, asking them about who take the phone or one brother. Look, I will forward that video to you so you can watch it.
I mean, watch it so I can get an idea because I'm totally lost. I didn't see it. But that's it. You know, the modern generation, the social media, that's why I keep telling you, I say social media will destroy more people than any other phenomenon in history because, like, it's very addicting. And if you cannot control yourself, it takes special grace and total, I would say, self-discipline to know how to carry yourself. That is your social media life versus your real life, and people cannot separate or tell the difference between the two. But the one that can help me the most is when I see older people like in your late 40s and 50s behaving like somebody young kid, like 20-year-old kid doing things that you shouldn't be doing on social media or the name of social media. And the thing about social media, like I said, is the dopamine hit, that how I can call it, that validation, you know, thing that with one click of a button, the whole world will get to know you. We never had that before. Before, people got to know in your community, maybe you're in your yard, maybe when you're in school, your friend, but now everybody want that dopamine hit, like I said, that credibility, not credibility, but that instant gratification and validation. So people will do even some crazy things only with the expectation of getting likes and comment. So that one, it will get worse 15 or 20 years from now. So just forget it. There will be more of that. You won't be able to even comprehend because what you're seeing right now is only going to escalate by maybe 10 or 15 times more than what you are seeing today. So like I said, if you're a parent out there, it means you should be working 5 to 10 times harder than what the parents today are going through because it will even get worse. We are just in Web 3.0. Now we're coming with AI. Who knows what comes after AI? Right? Maybe, can you imagine we came from the click to the data, then we came to the internet, then from the internet to Web 2.0, then in Web 3.0, now we're coming to AI. So who knows 10, 15 years from now if we get something even bigger than AI. So if your kids are misbehaving, if they want that validation, if they want that click and that like, and they are doing anything possible to get that, what do you think they will do 15 years from now or 20 years from now? It will be worse off than what you are witnessing.
Especially when they start making money out of Facebook.
Wow. They got a monetization.
When they start making money out of that. As the so many things will be happening, we'll just be seeing other people say, oh, man, somebody on the internet, the person
they all have video back. They've been there. This is crazy.
Well, we'll move forward, people. Let's make some progress at least. Yeah, so we're back home. So many things happening, even though they said they've been a little bit quiet, apart from the 4th and 5th Street incident with the domination of our people, homes, and so forth. That's still been trending. That's of national concern. And yeah, apart from that, my brother, nothing much.
Still, are we off the Facebook Live? From your
end? Something happening. Myself,
I lost them on screen because I left reading the comment on my other second screen.
Yeah, people block it. I don't know for what reason, but I move on. So on the YouTube.
All right.
Yeah. So far so good, my brother. These are some of the happening back home. So I think we still I already have it in queue from Front Page Africa about this story. So let me see quickly. Let me have it play so that we also can have our take again for the second time we hear for the people whose homes were destroyed on Saturday. You know, is of national concern. Even though the government spokesperson they said government had no idea about what happened. So again, we're still watching. So, Mark, that just it. Front Page Africa, your highlight. If I highlight here some of the happening there from the scene of the people who were destroyed. And also, I think maybe we'll also do that maybe hopefully on tomorrow about the former first lady situation where also we saw the former president, Madam Ellen Johnson said, also visiting the Cloud Hope Foundation on yesterday. But again, Mark, yeah, with this situation still ongoing, and government is also denying that they have no idea about what happened.
Well, Ali, you want to go first, or you want me to chime in and then you follow?
Yeah, go ahead, one. Because
Well,
I'm
maybe,
sure.
I mean, we started this conversation yesterday, and there was an article written for the Front Page Africa, and one of the innocent victim, he said something like, "That's how I made that post." I said, "Wow." So you carry on the demolition exercise at night without any prior notice, and there were people saying that they had legal documentation for their property. So someone could interpret that as a deliberate attempt to deprive people who had their documentation, because maybe all your belongings are in your house. Is all you know is where you keep everything. And somebody just come and ransack your property overnight. That trauma is already there. So even if you had a legal document, when push comes to shove, how do you provide that documentation? Because it's a total demolition. What happens if you can even find that document? I mean, for the poor person now, before going to the court and going to the National Archive to argue about looking for lawyer, the scenario says you have made yesterday. Some people bought their land at a very cheaper price, and even the cost of getting a lawyer today is even more than what the land costs. So you might end up losing a project because what? It could also be as a result of the demolition exercise, and that's why we call injustice right there. You came overnight, you raided them. Nobody can take their personal belonging. So it got to be some kind of a motive. And the funny thing is, when the government keeps saying we are not aware, I keep asking them who gave them the authority to carry on the demolition exercise. Because something like that should come from either the public work, I don't know. It can't just come from an ordinary person. So it still doesn't make sense. But I saw some protests yesterday. I mean, this morning, some people protesting. They say lawmakers are involved. I think Prince too, right? It happened in your district, right? District number 8. But that's not enough. And I saw the statement from the Unity Party chairman, or Luther Tappe, saying that he should help intervene and compensate the people. I don't know what you mean, help intervene in what kind of a manner, because you're not going to build their houses in no time. You don't have any property somewhere that is allocated for resettlement or or relocating them. So when you say help them, you're talking about in what sense? Legally, financially? I don't know. I still need some clarity on that official statement coming from the Unity Party chairman, because there is a political component to this. People are going to, there will be a backlash politically. Maybe that's why he's trying to jump into the situation, because whether you like it or not, somebody will pay the price, even though the people in the short and long term will be the direct victim. But politically, you'll have to pay some price too, or prices too. I guess why it is. Maybe that's the reason he's interfering. But when he say help the people there, I don't know what kind of help is he talking about. You cannot help and then say the government is not aware. Then who's helping who?
And the situation there, quickly, Mark, even before Brother Ali come on, the situation is not about disaster to say maybe something happened, or maybe there was some kind of storm or something that that wiped away the people.
Yeah, it's not natural disaster.
Thank you. So for me, I'm very confused. Well, yes. Even my Jabate also was thinking about carrying some rest, but people warn you and say no. I don't think.
Why you carry rest? But I don't have a home. Why are you going to cook the rice?
Thank you.
The whole resting, like yeah, the whole resting. Somebody is crying for their home, no place to sleep, and they carry the rest. Matter which copper or which part are going to put the rice in the cook? Where are they going to cook the rice?
Because
yeah, like I said, I was shocked if the government is saying that they are not aware of this thing. Then what's happening in the country? Because if you went to court and then you won a case, and then that the government gave you the authority to say, oh yes, you won the case, the place belongs to you, so you can go ahead and do whatsoever you want to do. Like we said yesterday, invasion, I think the Ministry of Public Works should be involved. But that's Liberia for us, for the government to say they are not aware. So how will an individual just come and dehumanize people like that, get them homeless? And today you see people all over there. They even said try to find a document like Monk Savage document, other thing. You see people are going now. Yeah, this is where my house where they try to look for those black teeth to find their things there. I don't really know. So something is happening, And the government really need to look into this, because there are a lot of demolition been going on across the country, but this one is very, very heavy than all the other one that been happening. I don't really know. Why would the government say they are not aware? So who gave this man document telling him that, oh yeah, the property belongs to him? That the government did that. You see, they can go to public where to say, oh yes, this is the court proceeding that the place for me, so I need to go. Like I said yesterday, when they tell you the place for you, you need to call the government attention. This is my place, or please get your citizen out of my place. I need my land. The king and bill here, the been here illegally. You have to call the government attention. But like one other person said, I think they just received evasion notice, and where the doser were already to his door. How can that be? But for the government to say they are not aware, then I don't know now what we are going to do, because who gave this man authority to go and break down places? And we know only the government can give him that authority, and they say they are not aware. So this is another big blow. Yes.
Well, this is another
And
big blow.
people will use this as a political point against the government. Yes. They will use
So what
it.
say you when it comes to the issue of maybe the political aspect? But
Yeah, but like now we are hearing about Princeton. There are a lot of allegations out there. Like I saw someone posted, I think he received 16,000, or he received 6,000, and just for them to go and take his people from over there, and at the end of the day he acting like he is sympathy with them. Everything is surrounding him. There are so many things people are saying out there, that they gave him money and he went, he gave the person go ahead. There are a lot of things, but wherever there is smoke, there's a fire. So we get the actual story, because right now I saw them. I think they went to petition the horse today. I saw them, they were protesting, or they went with petition, all of these things. There are some, once this kind of thing happen, there are some political undertone, and we will get the actual story.
Oh,
But
yeah, most definitely.
yeah, but talking this thing is really frustrating. Like I said, Liberia is a country. Government, they are not even thinking to say, let's build housing unit just in case of emergency or such incident. We can take our people there till we see how we can find a suitable area for them. There is nothing like that. So these people, they are all in the street, going to family members, lost all their document and everything. You see, and government is now saying that they don't do anything about it. Like Luther Tappe, like you say, this thing you can only say, oh, let's come to that aid when there is maybe natural disaster that went on and other things. But where in something, somebody just an individual single-handedly and break down people places, and then you say, let's come to their aid and see what we can do, as if to say, then Mike Jabate, I saw that he post. I think they say I know he carrying the rest to Nima now or somewhere else. Like one said, you giving the rest to the people, where do we carry? You see?
Yeah, at least when the people were taken to a whole new different location with their homes ready for them to transition in. But much about that, they put crying with that children, that trauma, they won't get them read. They whole resting, how you understand they read to be. Christmas Day, y'all get read. New Year Day, y'all get read. Ramadan, we get read. Then even in this phase of demolition,
you give me rest. So you give me the rest so they can take it to.
Yeah, to eat. Then when they eat the rest today, then what next? After that, they are homeless. So I don't know if that's the right way to go.
But Mom, how do you look at this thing for us to be happy with a sitting government in the country, and an individual will carry on such an act, and the government is now saying that they are not aware? How do you really
It's impossible. They got to be aware. There are certain individuals that are fully aware, because it's not possible for them even give them the go ahead to carry on the demolition exercise. Most especially we add the consent and the knowledge of the public works ministry. Malawa asked yesterday, I say whether these areas they are earmarked for some kind of massive infrastructure project, because I know they are eminent domain law. But if you're not executing eminent domain law, people saying we got legitimate documents for these properties, and they were never given prior to it. It sounds criminal to me. So maybe the president and the people in the higher ups, they might not be aware, but there are people in the government that are fully aware. Money change hands. And I watched somebody say yesterday, say in this country, and even the lady that was on the video with her children crying, she said it right. They know money change hands. The people live where they know.
They know what happened.
They know what happened. Yeah. So we will get more details with time, but we can we can get an idea as to what is actually going on. And for me, I can bet you at the end of the day, I know not everyone over there were legitimate, but they got people who were there legitimately with that document. But the one thing that I can guarantee you, money change hands and somebody walk away with a huge cash incentive to do that. And I will not tell you that the government is 100% in the know in terms of coming from the president or the public work minister, but whether they are lawmakers, whether they are certain people in the government, I know there were few individuals that walk away with something handsome in terms of a reward to carry on such an act, and it's very criminal in nature. That's why we need to get to the bottom of it. We got to keep talking about it on this platform. And I saw another group, some advocates, they say they're taking up the case. I said, yeah, this is what we do. Our job is to do play our role, and then the people who are responsible to do the other part, they can pick up the slack from there.
Exactly.
That's all we can do.
You see? Well, this thing really, man. But we know, yes, there were money that changed him, because that man would not just be brave enough for him to go and carry on such act. You know, somebody was behind him, other people were behind him, and if the man can go and break down, if you say you won a case, the place for you, why should you go and break the place down and then you are giving money again? You see? So it's like something happening somewhere, but it left with the government now for us to know as to whether they were aware or not. If they say they are not aware, then this is the time that they will call the men for questioning. Oh yes, who gave you authority to go and break down the places? Who told you that the place belonged to you? Which one of the code? And then, because we know any code that gave him the document than the government. And if they say they are not aware, so I don't really know. I still confused for government to say they are not aware, and this man say he got legal document from the court that they place for him, so he get the right to go and take people from there. And if they say they are not aware, then we'll see them calling him now for questioning. So
well, I think there is two parts to the not being aware. Even when you got squatters or people who occupy a piece of land or illegitimately, before the government can even reclaim that land by means of eminent domain, you still got to get in those. They carry some right. In terms of compensation, they don't have a right, but you still got to follow their basic human rights by giving them notice. You give them maybe 2 or 3 notices ahead of schedule and tell them. So it's not only the one that are illegal. That's just one aspect. I'm just saying, even if you want to make the case that the government owns the land, you still have to give squatters some notice.
Yes.
Then what becomes of the people with legitimate document in terms of their deeds to verify that they own those land legitimately? So are you telling me you are going to ignore the law even for those with legal documentation? That's why I keep saying this thing was very sinister. It was all about greed and money. It had nothing to do with the law or legitimacy. They know exactly what they were doing. Somebody just trying to flex their muscles in Liberia because they believe they has connection and money. That's all I see. I don't see no other way. Because even if we extract all the people with legal documentation, the one without document, they still got a right to a notice. That exactly. Is what I'm talking about, just squatters. So think about someone who told you that my parents bought this land more than 25 or 30 years ago. If squatters will be given a right to a notice, you telling me the one with their full documentation doesn't deserve that right? It's just hard to say, my brother. And the one thing about that country, the man who is in charge, he barely talk about anything. He pretend I have to say he doesn't understand what's happening in the country. You know, because these are times like these, right? You look up to people in higher office or higher offices. This is when you need that kind of a reassurance from your leader to talk about this thing. Ain't no come up with a solution or give some reassurance. That's what leadership is all about. During time of crisis now, you can't hear anything from this old man. And there's nothing new. That's how he been operating. Time immemorial. Whether there is even protest, even when he wasn't president. That's what we keep telling you about the risk factor that was associated with this man. Because, look, let me tell you something, Aliu, you can be going through the worst during time of crisis. And when the president speaks, elect somebody get take a black of eyes and pull it on your chest, you get that reassurance. Even though you're not seeing the result physically, but that reassurance from your leader will tell you that, you know what, I got someone I can depend, I can count on. Now with this president, he have shown it to you many times over, countless times over. He keep quiet. He act like he doesn't know what's going on. So why make it not during the time of crisis he's going to come to your aid? It's not going to happen. And that's why the government telling you we don't know what's going on. Because the man who at the top doesn't understand what's going on. I mean, there's not only politics, it's bigger than politics. Like I said, there's a time of national crisis. This is a crisis because land issue, land dispute.
Yeah.
proven to cause more problem than any other thing in human history. Land dispute. So we're talking about land issue here. And I think already brewing in Liberia. We know what's happening in Nima County, in Ganta, and other places. You are just opening old wounds by making the situation worse. And the one man who you will be looking up to come and pull little, could calm the tension. No, you won't hear from him. He doesn't care either. He doesn't know what's going on. No update, no reassurance, nothing, no intervention strategy, no temporary resource. You know, the kind of thing happen, you can say, you know what, as president, at my office, I got some or humanitarian budget. Let me come for non-person, but what will lead to get this thing in court and we'll find solution. Some kind of a reassurance. No, you won't get it from him. Ever. Well, that's a prayer for you. That's why they say election have consequences. Every decision in life carry.
Yes. Because now we see the president is not speaking like you said. When the president speak, at least with all your frustration, you say, "Oh yeah, the president has spoken." At least we get some courage and other things. But he remain quiet. Everything that happened in the country, the president he's not speaking on anything. Anytime he come up and speak, that just to make mockery out of the Liberian people, things that he's supposed to speak on, he's not going to speak. But for me, if the government say they are not aware, then we wait to see what action they are going to take now. Say they are not aware. But that's Liberia for us. Every election has its own consequences that is there. So
and the second thing, when the second thing here is the people carry on the demolition exercise. I don't know what they were thinking on or how they are going about their operation. Because if you carry on a demolition exercise without a permit or direct input from the government, then it means your entire action is illegitimate. That's one. Because the government cannot say we are aware and then say we are not aware. So the people, whether it's a businessman fronting with other people by using them as proxy to do his dirty work, then it means you will be in a much bigger trouble because you have to take out to go to court. So if the government who so gave the authority are not in the know, then, like I said, who gave you the authority to carry on a demolition exercise? And even if you carry on a demolition exercise and the government says we don't know what's going on, then you contradicting the government, then you are a criminal. Sure. So, yeah, because the government got to give you the authority, the government says we don't know. Then second of all, the government have to give you the go ahead to even carry on the demolition exercise. They got to give you a permit to do that. And you were never given your permission to do that. So it's almost like a double trouble. It's almost like putting your own foot in the mouth. I don't know how they're going to get away with it. Even if you got money, but then even if you use your money, then the post out holding the government and say the government playing games. Yeah, because we knew about ain't seen it. They finna make a statement that we are not in the know. So man, the country, man, it's just a lost cause, man. It's so frustrating.
Yes, so it will be like the government playing game because that meant nobody will give him authorization to come and break down people places. Only the government can do that. So if they say they are not aware and later on they want to come and hold in, so it will be like they are already playing game.
Yeah,
for me, I know the government, they are aware. Nobody will be brave enough to go and carry on such an act without government not being aware and there are no hands behind it. And today, this guy, he just had to be very careful, or Prince too, because there are so many allegations, there are so many things they are saying. Everything is just start to him in this whole demolition that went on. Everything, the people, they are complaining, they are crying on him, and they are accusing of so many money changing him that brought this thing to where it is today. So he really need to speak out to make his side clear. And like I said, if the government show they don't know anything about this, then they will have to call the man for questioning so we can actually know why really make him brave to go and carry on such an act. You see, to see people in the country like that, people already struggling for life to make living. Yeah. You see, people struggling on the look at the other lady. See how that woman crying, and you can really see that she's sick. You see,
in her face, you can tell.
You can tell. These are some of the things that sometimes people can get high attack when you look, they die.
Yeah.
You see? I don't
really with three children too, and not only that, her business. And when I read it, got to me, I said,
her business,
everything. And you give her to zero.
And they give mom almost 75% of the people in our country that are doing businesses. That's not their personal money. These
Hello.
people go to Access Bank to go take loan. These people go to Brad to go take loan, just to be doing their businesses at the end. At the same time, they paying on a Monday basis. That's what they can do. Like those motorcycles that are in the street there. Most of these guys today, some motorball or Uno when arrested them, put them behind bar, forgetting to know, oh yeah, the government seized their bike, then took them from the street. I was doing the same thing in Liberia. I had so many bikes in the street. Myself, I was a bike rider, and I had my riders. Then we all used to be in the street. We go to Access Bank, we take loan, we buy this bike, we give it to riders. You see, and sometimes you get the person the bike for work and pay. All of these things, all you want is your money. And today, that was more business. That whole era have been breaking down. It when they demolished that whole thing. Why is she going to tell the bank or whosoever? And again, they doing these businesses, they are in susu. You see? So the other people then maybe if you need eating that susu now, the other people
you stuck.
Or you get stuck now. It is just too much.
It's bigger than what we think. It looks simple in the story, but it's complicated. Because you just said something profound, Ali. You just said something very profound. You said, even the people that got roof on their head, they are struggling. Yeah. Okay, they think they were struggling. Somebody come and take roof over your head, from over your head. That 2 times the trouble, that 2 times the stress. It will lead to even death from frustration.
You see?
They talk about the loan aspect of their business.
Yes.
Because that petty trader, that all they do, they post susu. They take money from the bank. So not only the bank, other people that part of the susu club and other people that are attached with charity. I mean, like, you think you are destroying 1 or 2 persons, but you are destroying the whole family, whole generation.
A whole generation you're destroying down there. So because how they go put that susu, now you thinking, oh yes, I'm supposed to put the people money for the other person to eat that susu, because most of these people that are doing businesses, most of the time they can be the first to take the susu then, because they feel, oh yeah, they probably doing business and all of that.
Yeah, and they will be sure of repaying, so they want to set the tone for the whole susu issue.
So right now, all that thing you be thinking on there, I get bribe money, I get Access Bank money, I get people susu money. Like it did not break, they play that. Why am I going to tell them heart attack? Boom! When you look, the person gone. What will you say? Then they leave all that children now. And Africa as a whole, once this is why the Western world they get up, then the people get everything set up. You working, you get your phone working, all of these things.
The time to put roof to get you.
So life insurance, all that thing, and so just in case tomorrow you kick the bucket, at least your family, they know they get something. But Africa, nothing like that. Just now, the moment you die, your children, they become
their whole life is messed up.
Their whole life is messed up. You see, these are some of the things. You see, so those people, they are going through a lot right now. Some of them, day and night, they are not even sleeping. They are crying, don't have an end.
You know, I didn't hear from the other victims.
And even the school building, people, children, and you see they break down everything. I already know what this guy was thinking on.
Yeah.
You see, break down.
The Africa article talk about the woman, the children are getting prepared for that test, and
you see,
that's all they do. They church, the school, and they just ransack everything.
Wow. I read it now. You see, this guy who carry on this, I sitting now looking at himself. I don't know how he that the whole country crying now. Yeah, everything is start down on him. I don't know how he thinking, how he feeling right now. I don't know who a lawyer that gave him that advice, or which one of the friend gave him that advice. Oh yeah, my man, go and break down that place. You get all these people homeless now. How you feeling? You see.
They want need state intervention. We need some quick legislation. They got to go in that budget and find a means for those people. I don't know, because the man who even carried the demolition exercise, I mean, I don't know what kind of penalties he himself going to incur.
Yes.
Because if the government is not aware, and I won't believe that the government is not aware, like I said, there will be individuals, or there are individuals that are falling in the know that got compensated well to do this thing. So I hope their own lawmaker is not even playing games with them, because I think in the case of Liberia, the way how they can do things, an individual in the absence of that particular district lawmaker, you can't tell me that they won't even contact him for something like that for a whole community. You want to believe that, Ali?
No.
That Prince is not in the know?
He's in the know. He's in the know. We listen to so many people. We talk to some people. They say, "Oh no, they told our lawmaker." And even he was there, he couldn't say anything when they were carrying on the demolition, according to some of them. But they said he was aware, and sure, I believe that yes, indeed, he was aware. Because if I am a lawmaker for this district, and they give you letter, they say, "Oh yes, that property for you, you can go and do whatsoever," and you can't just come in my district with yellow machine and start breaking down my people places. No, I will come there and post stop to it. But he was aware. And that's why I spoke to 2 or 3 persons. They say, yeah, he was even there. He couldn't say anything.
He knows what's up.
He knows about it. You see?
Damn.
And most of the thing when it happened now, people in the diaspora that your family were involved into it, they are your own burden all now.
Well, yeah, you got to find your people shelter.
You have to find a shelter and other things. You see? That all these things, when it happened, the burden comes back to us on this side. You see?
Because even if there will be an intervention, it will still take time. Why they will be sleeping?
See? Like if there's something like Liberia now where government get housing unit and thing, then they say, okay, let's take our people here and then we'll see what to do for them, this and that. But I don't know, our people can even say things in that direction. And this I think like you and I know here sometimes natural disaster, a team FEMA will come in and they get places where they can carry these people at least to be there where the government is trying to find means.
Mobile homes and all those things.
You see, but Liberia, we don't think as old as we are, we don't think on that. Yes.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's sad though.
It's very sad. And for the lawmaker to be aware of this kind of thing, they just give you people yesterday and today you came with those or in my district and start breaking down my people homes and things and you're standing there, I can't say anything because you say they gave you people. No lawmaker can do that. You will stand for your people, you will say no. You can't just come and break the place down. No matter why they give you document, well, you have to give my people time. I need to talk to them. And then they break it down and then they give you say $30 million Liberian dollar whatsoever equivalent to $14,000 or $16,000 US.
Yeah.
What can that do for your people?
Or a whole community.
You see? A whole community. You see?
And the reason I asked that question about Prince Toll being in the know, because I know like the present day Liberia, there is not now going the district, especially talking about demolition exercise on a massive scale in a community, not even a single home or couple or individual house, talking about an entire community. Okay. The reason I asked that question because I saw another video where Sir Joseph interacting with the public work, I don't know, a deputy, one of the deputies at the public work ministry in another community. So my thought was, okay, Sir Joseph is a senator, even though all his 17 districts falls under his jurisdiction, but why he will be so concerned about this particular district or the particular community, and the guy who was responsible for just a local district, he's not aware of a massive demolition exercise happening in an entire community. That's why I asked that question. I said, you don't think Prince Toll is in the know? He got to be. He has to.
He has to. He has to. And we even say, yeah, Senator DeLong, because they're the senator name for Mosoralo County. So this other thing is just way too much for our people. This kind of frustration. Like even at $16,000 la mege, monk, maybe say some people who doing businesses over there that just one person business money there. If all their goods and things in their shop, it may be equivalent to $15,000 or $16,000 US. That just one person business money there. Then you taking it and giving it for a whole community. So I'm still trying to figure out how will government give you authority to go and break down the homes and things, and then you know you have your document, you are ready for what you're doing, then you still giving money for compensation. Why?
Well, folks, we're back. Sorry that we were having some issues, even with our network and so on. But I'm also getting reports from Catholic community where I'm seeing other community dwellers, they are crying that they're getting report that their homes may likely be the next target. So let me see quickly.
Yeah, I'm hearing about Slave Way or Raspberry Valley. They have given them evasion notice. All those places I heard about it too. You see, but My brother, why are the immigration going on?
So we want to say sorry for the technical problem. But again, we are here in the Catholic community, opposite the famous Passion nightclub, where scores of residents here are crying for justice. And we are also seeing democracies. And they are saying they want justice. They are saying they want justice. So what's the issue? Why is it you want justice about?
We want justice because we have legal rights to our property within the community. Most of us have land deal with bodies, the land from people that are reputable. They still court approve these deeds. Okay? And now we see every early morning, gay will come in the community with
who's gay? Who's gay?
One individual named Stockton Gay that have never appeared in court. Every time that the court for order, he have never appeared in court, but he always come with
so this matter been before the court for how long?
Several times, years upon years. Of recent last year, we went to the Chief Justice's house. Early morning, we have led our plight. We have been to the higher court.
Has there been a verdict that your structures or your properties should be demolished?
There have never been any verdict. They have always used veto power, coming with fake documents of eviction along with yellow machines with PSUE.
So since there has been no verdict about demolition, why are you so certain that tomorrow your structures or your properties will be demolished?
Because this has been repeated. Now 1 year, now 2 years. If you move now, you go Black D. You will see houses that even our chairman, our community chairman, Black D, has been a victim of this particular issue. There are a lot of people houses who have been demolished. Now they have nowhere to stay.
Well, Mark,
that's a whole different twist.
Myself, I don't even know now which way to even go, because from another community to another community, step by step, what are we heading to?
But maybe like he's saying there is no redress from the court, right? There is no final litigation on this issue. And he's saying they have been doing it before, so they are operating based on history. That if we can just abuse them and demolish their property and take over, nothing will come out of it. That's what that guy is literally saying. And he's giving instances that it happened before in the past. And if they allow it to happen in the past, then more than likely the people who are doing it believe they can do it again. That's how I'm going to interpret that statement. Because that's exactly what he's saying. Because if we talk about demolition and reclaiming land, then it must come from the court. The court have to rule and give you the right. But if you are coming with fake deeds, and they are not stupid, they live there, they know exactly what's happening. And they are saying these people have done it before in the past. So if they did it in the past, that's why they are doing it. That's why they feel emboldened to do it again. So it's not legal as to what they are doing. But Ali, I don't know. Maybe you interpret it different way, but that's my take, though. Ali will be back. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know how you see it.
Yeah, my brother. We here and we experiencing all of these things. You are quite correct on what you just said. But for me, from all indications, I think, I don't know, but are you talking about other communities will be affected and so forth? But I don't know what, because I know if the month said yesterday, if it is government,
yes,
that is doing these things, we will know. Because, like for example, the Ministry of Public Work, whenever they are doing these things, people, people will always be to the know. They will get all of the information, and even the citizens themselves. Sometimes they will be saying, "Oh yeah, we were squatting here, we were having little time here, but some government the government gave us time." You will hear them saying this kind of thing. But all of these things that are going on now is just about private or maybe individuals who claim maybe or who have money, and maybe they think, or maybe that they have the land for them, and maybe they've been fighting the case for ever so long. But for me, it made no sense to me that because of one person, the entire community will go away.
Maybe I want to do our audience a favor before we go to the line. The reason I brought this up because I saw another interaction with Sir Joseph, between Sir Joseph and one other guy from the public work, where the lawmaker, the honorable lawmaker, trying to stop him, and I think he said, "But if you want to stop me, you are the lawmaker, right? We were giving this an executive function." I don't know if you saw that video between Sir Joseph and this guy on the field with a bulldozer and police, because that's a different thing. It means the government knows it was a mandate from the government.
Exactly.
That's why they were able to impose it. They said, no, you cannot interfere because you're a lawmaker. There's an executive mandate. We were given the right to come and do that. That's a whole different case as compared to what we are discussing here. I don't know if I can find that video. Hold on 1 second. If you get it before me, I remember
I'm saying that any other thing that the government is doing, we always getting some information about whether it's the government, maybe the government want to build something, maybe the government want to pass road, we will know all of these things. But individual moving from place to place, or maybe only lands and allow the entire community to go away just because one person owns the entire community. No, I think the government have to step in now and be able to investigate most of these things. Because for one individual to own maybe the whole community, you know what? Maybe who knows? Maybe it happens. It's possible, but for me, I stand to be corrected in the kind of age and time for one individual to own whole community. No, I doubt it, because even by them, when our forefathers, when they were living, when they were into so many towns, no one person can easily own town. You will hear that maybe there were four brothers that came here. They came here with their wives and so forth, and they established family, and that's how they were able to own the place at their town. But for one person to just own community, but Mark, if you find a video, then let us know. But are you there? Or
I ain't finding it. Yeah, I'm still looking. I'm just gonna do a quick Facebook search here.
I think I know that video that you're talking about.
I saw it yesterday. It was a very short video. The thing is, I didn't comment on it.
So whenever government or self is into some of these actions, we can know. So the point the monk is saying, for individual to be harassing communities, because almost like it is harassment, where children are also in school. The monk Ali was saying, you have children in school, then the court say, break down everything. We don't care about who there, who not there. Just break down everything. That's the rule. So we'll be asking ourselves, who made the laws? These are questions we're going to be asking people. It's him that make the law. It's people that make the laws. The law don't just walk up from the sky.
I come in, you hear me?
Yes, I'm getting you. The laws will not maybe seen from the sky or maybe fall from the sky. No. It's just people to get things going the right way. So I think Deacon President, I think you got to step in. These are kind of a time that your people need you. Nobody should police. People will do it.
Nobody should police. I don't
know what they can be talking about.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Are we into election time? Are you be talking about president? No. So people will talk because it's wrong. People are not talking because if you see opposition talking, well, that's one role to talk and to be maybe part of all of these things. But for we who are non-oppositions and not politicians, we will talk. So it's not politics. Do the right thing.
Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, if you can't follow them, just come on.
I see it got so many demolitions. I decided that when I did the search, I got a bunch of video, but I'm looking for specifically when I saw Joseph. Yeah, I can't find it. But anyway, let's just go to the line and hear from our people.
This is interesting that our people will be crying. All our community just waking up now. That don't sit down here for the kind of thing that will happen because they've been hearing about these things and see now. So who knows? Maybe before the weekend, another community will going to stand up and say, "Oh yeah, we've been threatening ever since, but this kind of thing. In fact, the people keep coming." Government, step in.
Yeah, that's how Joseph. The guy said, "No, there's an executive function, so it means he was operating within his right." He was like, "No, you cannot stop a demolition at the time," because it seemed like what they were doing was legitimate. He got hit. That's why he said, "We're going to the bulldozer," because he's not a fool. He knows exactly what he was doing. In that case, the people may have been wrong because they were giving prior notice, and you cannot interfere. So you can't come and use your lawmaker power and say
no. When the people when the case against them, I will not sit here and say any other different thing. I know our people here. The only thing that they'll be praying for is time.
Yeah, most definitely for sure. Yeah.
They'll be praying for time and say, hey, we want the government to give us a little time.
Yeah.
Good.
They will plead because they know they are in the wrong already by being squatters.
But the other one, when the people keep telling that we have our documents, we have everything in our possession, but still, I think that in fact, you are the King Kong. You are the one that own the law. But again, they go to the law. 0770-203125. That's the number this evening for you to call and be part of the SKTV show. I will say, please be brief. To the first caller, good evening.
How are you today?
My brother, I'm okay. Thank God for life.
My name is Musa. I'm calling from Brownsville. I would just like for me to talk about this issue, and I would like to take it from full perspective. I don't know whether we have that time, but the first perspective is like the way most stated is that one, there's the rule of law has broken down. Not only for by this government when it comes to land cases, the rule of law has broken down. Two, another one is that if at all the court system also, it has become so much embarrassing to all government in this country. That is from 1980, that I don't know, I get history of them, up to current, the court have never been able to adjudicate cases fairly. Many of the cases on land matter, they are adjudicated on the issue of whether you have a high profile person or you are up the hill. The third one is that people have their land. I always strike it on the issue of the Samukata land right now. That land, you see it. People are there, they are giving them warning in, warning out. Yet still, they are still what they call it. The case is in Kodo. They are always got to what they call the case, permitted to cut the case. On that note, at the end of the day, we cut and then they say the people get their land. You people that bill, they are getting all kind of fake deeds and other things. The fourth one, the act and it's very. I don't know what I get with the war I want to use is beyond corruption. You go there today, tell away maybe one can say, don't allow. What I really yesterday I was talking to sister, don't allow people to see your deed. The moment they see your deed will be the younger deed and their deed will be the older deed. These are the situations that I did. Thank you.
All right, thank you, my dear brother. David King, David, good evening.
Good evening, Mabel, and let me say good evening to you and Mo. Mabel, you see, did I hear you saying about Janet Johnson or Janet McKinney?
Yes, that's the latest. In fact, they just spoke to the media not too long that indeed they've been threatening for ever so long.
I don't know what is going on in that community. We got a previous invasion and demolition that was done. The victims were home. They were at the former CDC headquarters where the CDC gave them refuge, and later the CDC headquarters was demolished. God went help us cut off, and later we have to fought and get them into these elements. So the government displaced people like we in 1990 again. People are just coming, claiming land, and the government is doing nothing to protect the rights of the people. I can remember when the Israeli power was being built at that place, IE property ground there, near the FU, there was a big shop and manhole that were all around there. One time we did, they rented or hotel for those guys. They were there and they built 100 units and divided by family. Today, those guys are residing in the 100 units. So if the government want to carry on development as they claim, because I know very well that the government, they are not interested in development.
So that land issue, I don't think it is the government that maybe taking the land. I think it's private citizen.
Yeah, but are you aware that demolition of recently from Poor Street to what Ransom brought up to Slingway, the government planning that from these public have already come up with that? And
well, all right, yes, that one a public way time. When public way time come, my brother will discuss that one. Hello to this caller, good evening. Hello?
Yeah, hello, Mabel.
Yeah, my brother, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. I cannot discussion for Kuminga Market and after. live must take good.
Well, I don't know, my brother.
Yeah, because every day when you have a land, taking this one, where in the world you will have a land? So, construct all land, it cannot be done in secret. You have a land, you are back on that land, more than 30 years, 40 years. That person that you coming to claim the land, where were you? Why the Lord cannot look in that direction? It's still the penalties are living on that land. You see, people always say, you get started the for something on your land, you cannot raise a lamb. Up to pressure, people are paid assistance, they say, who support both children, and very have died. They say, living there, generation for generation, then now you coming out to invade the people to demolish their property. What kind of demonic attitude that? And similarly, neighbor, we hear something about both community every year. They say that they're serving the full information on notice.
All right, thank you. Now, other case where you people want to talk about what I comment on. Yeah, my brother, good evening. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. This is the voice of the global chairman and Timothy Willie. I join you from South Korea District 4.
Okay.
Therefore, the lawmaker when started falling and told the people that the situation was above his control, and then the law was the law. So two things quickly. Number one, leaders should be giving hope. Leaders should be giving solution to the people they lead. But how can a leader appear on the sea of distress instead of giving hope? Then you tell the people you don't get no hope for them. In fact, the law is the law. No, the law is not the law. The law is logic. Therefore, if you go to I'm not going to law school, but I read law book. The first thing, the fundamental of law is law is logic. What is the logic in that, my brother? If you get on one person going against 200 family head, therefore, get down 5 times 200. If each of the people got 5 dependents, get to your money. What is the logic in that? If there's somebody saying government should get involved, no, government is already involved. Therefore, if you go to that case, the government.
No, I'm not saying government is not well. So they call that who?
Just another fact to add to it. The government said police officers are laying down 50 police officers well armed to the teeth. One for demolition. So then how would they claim that they didn't know about them? But here's the thing, neighbor. This government cannot solve problems. If the lawmaker in this regard cannot solve problems. The government cannot solve problems.
All right, thank you so much. Today's caller quickly. Good evening.
Good evening, neighbor, and good evening to your panelists. Neighbor, you say it is a private citizen that taking the profit over there. But this government can easily call that same private citizen and settle things with them.
Oh, yes.
Give the people time to find place. Neighbor, that kind of thing can make some people die from. High example. Because you have lived all of your life over there, and then you just see yourself for 1 second, you leave from there, and you don't even know where you're going. You don't even know how you're going to start. These people make some people die. Now everything just out in our country. See, there's a time in Cayman and the court and Chicano, they're crying from the mountain, they say they get drinking water.
I see.
They're crying. I just spoke with my brother, they're crying. They don't get water. Why not the child that? They say, we don't have a government in the country.
Thank you, my dear. Keep a course coming with a few more calls, but it's interesting. Learn Wahara, learn situation. How can we find solution to these kind of more things that are crippling? Because other communities now, like the reporter was saying that some of the people they were holding court and say, we gotta be careful. It's funny, but it is indeed interesting. Now go back to the line. Hello to this caller. Good evening. I'm okay. Thank God for life. Go ahead.
We are very much disappointed in this government. If people came to kill people in this country, who will go demolish land without the consent of the government, and then you see state security and sound with somebody claiming to be owners of land that people have been residing on for more than 30 years. Maybe it came from one person, then you damage thousands of people.
That's the thing. That's the question.
Oh,
Thank you so much to the callers of the line also. Keep your calls coming 0770203125, and let me see where the DN News was reporting and quoting the David. Hello? Yes, my brother. Go ahead, good evening.
Let me confirm that. Therefore, there is a law on the book they call eminent domain. Government get a power of eminent domain. If one person is going to a case of a whole community, why not the government use eminent domain? Settle the parent saving and let the people be. Seeing that government has the responsibility for the betterment of its people, why not the government use eminent domain in some of these instances?
Yeah, thank you so much on the many quoting law, the quoting eminent domain, and so forth. So Daniel only said the government has no role. The government has absolutely no role to play. But you keep your calls coming, my people. Very interesting. Ah, God. Hello? Hello? Yeah, my brother, good evening. Go ahead. Yeah, thank you, my dear brother.
Thank you. This issue getting serious. The issue is getting raised from that kidnap. Like I have one friend who lives in they were also discussing the issue about drinking water. Now, beer Martin has polluted entire water for them. This country, what is happening, Mr. Black Eye? Who said I was listening to the Sktv this evening? Just please take their case to consideration. If these people over there is no water to drink, they are crying. What has the lady said? It's serious. It's very serious.
Thank you, my dear.
Our own country, and we'll be drinking dirty water.
That's it.
One team who just came to look for money and come and exploit our people and kill our people, no safe drinking water. Mr. President, you have a look in the direction, please. There's a lot of politics. It is about the interest of the people this time around.
Thank you. Water pollution, yeah. Boeing quick. I'm coming. Yeah, hello, my dear brother. Yeah, man. Go ahead. Hello, I'm getting you. Go ahead. Good evening.
Yeah, Roosevelt calling from Pampo.
Okay, go ahead, my brother. Go ahead, Roosevelt.
Yeah, we're going on that. What I was just saying there is true. You know, this generation that's going on is very, very chaotic. Don't be sure we tell you. Somebody lives all their life for more than 40 years. They know they won't let time from nowhere they say like common property. This woman just saying they just don't speak to France inside. The house is supposed to be the house supposed to live in this country. They were talking about pursuing defensive labor.
Yeah, my brother, that life everybody can go the same way. Maybe some people enjoying it. So all right, thank you so much. The government has no role, absolutely no role, according to Daniel Sano. The government absolutely has no role to play in what happens in Satan. They gotta get people laugh. Yeah. Keep your calls coming 0770203125. Hello?
Hello, neighbor.
Yes, my dear brother, go ahead. Good evening.
Okay, thank you. And let me say good evening or good morning to your studio panelists from the diaspora. So my name is Martin Singletuba, and I join you from Painesville this evening. As it stands on the issue of the land saga, maybe is getting very much overwhelming and getting troubling in this country. We observe that many of our brothers and sisters or our father and mother who were yesterday acquired land for $2.50. Some of them just were buying one bag of red or bringing 1 gallon of alcohol or something. Today, they are now claiming land and even pricing it beyond 1,000 upon 1,000. And the one I have to do with the precise one with the Satan issues, I think the people there, the issue that they do that, listen to the well-learned Casa Tier 1 say Gonglo. He said that the government is not involved with it. The government can't do anything because it's a citizen against a citizen, and that aspect is a private issue. But one thing I thought how do I bring to your attention is that why if these people get into a face fight and then you have blood wasting there behind a state crime?
Well, I don't even understand from which point some of them are even speaking and say government. So the police officer are wuna.
No, the police officer can be hired by the private citizen to go and effectuate the court order. That's why he
so the court to the who? No, I don't come down to the police. So the court represent who?
The court, I wonder why I listened to Kevin Gomlo. I wonder why he said, because those questions were posed to him. He said that the court represents the state, but the court is there to ensure that there should be law and order.
Simple.
And when the law and order is being provided, then it means to say that the private citizen cannot facilitate the movement of the police officer to go and effectuate the court orders. That's what he said today. But one thing, before I drop the line, let me say this. When people buy land, there's a law. There should be a law that when people buy land, after certain period of time, certain limitations should take place. Because people say they get 50 acres, 70 acres. They go a lot in America too. After the place that being secured and getting populated, they come and clean that place. You know what it means? Someone spend a whole money and beyond some piece of land where they lay in the head.
All right, thank you. All right.
It's a serious issue.
All right, thank you, my dear brother. You know, you don't even understand some of the politicians. They think they'll be always saying the government again. Hello, today's caller. Good evening.
Good evening, my dear brother. How you doing?
I'm okay, brother. Thank God for life. Go ahead.
Thank you so much for the show. Thanks to your friends to the studio panelists and living in America. My name is Jason Jake. I join you from my police academy resident. You know, the other day I called you and I commended you for the role and then your involvement into the journalistic field. But you need to do more. And not only you, that in the entire network need to do more. It's not just about bringing out issues. Issues sometimes be an investigative journalism. So yesterday you started the discussion here. No one will come up from our whole platform, our whole crew. No one will come on and tell your listening audience, your many followers, the actual story behind eviction. No one. You just come on and say things and I don't know.
So you tell us now, hello.
I was just about to come out and ask him. We are getting views from.
Hello, my man. Hello.
Yeah.
When you call on a network, you talk things. I'm asking you now, give us the story that you know, because you are now the newsmaker. So go ahead, give us the other story. Simple.
Okay, let me give you the story now. The story here is the executive branch of government. The government is not the one that carry on the eviction or
Is that a story?
Yeah, and you get a premium to say that kind of a nonsense on radio. Man.
What? Hello, today.
They even get sense. Then you want to question people that cover the story. Can you imagine?
Thank you, my brother. Go ahead.
You see, this country, we understand that country got to be governed by the rule and law, but in so doing that while the government is there at least to protect the citizen, or someone can get land, people reside there over 50, 70 years, they get deed. Then after selling the land, another person get jumped to say, oh yeah, that my forefather had the land and your forefather already sold the land. Then people reside there over years. You just come and go to another person and sell the land. After selling the land, the code will have no prior notice. The code just send people, police officer will share it, the code and infect people like that. Then or lawmaker, where your oversight responsibility now, where your representation? He said because the citizen in your district rely on you. There should be a statement of hope. You understand? We understand the law is the law, but at times the law should get a section too. Because looking at that, people to reside over there for that kind of a year, then somebody that come on the blood side one day, after over 60, 70, 80 years, they go entire place, they go to make people whom like that. It's so sad. But you will see people defending it because they are not in, their family not affected or they not affected. And you understand? But conscious minded people, that's all. You understand? I work for me always. I always tell SKTV and I follow. Thank you because you're doing a great job. You're just continue. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my dear brother. More, we gotta go. We have about 6 more minutes to go. I think You listen to our people. My brother, yeah, my brother. So that's it.
Look, our people are brave. This man don't even know the heck he's talking about. And he got a mind to come on radio to challenge or to question our judgment. And we thought we are just re-echoing the sentiments coming from the people who were affected.
You don't even know.
Tell me that the government doesn't have the power in this case. And the people carrying the demolition of this, I say that they are giving the power and the government is not in the know. And you're going to come on Sktv, on Truth FM, or all places to come and attack the entire crew. When you don't know the heck you are talking about. You see, look, we'll get pray to God to give us the grace to keep taking it one day at a time, because some of these guys, they can be more than annoying. We're talking about empathizing with people who are going through the worst, how they are being abused, and the most you can say is to come here to come in there. No, maybe let me leave it with you. I mean, say what you got to say, but I don't know what to say.
Yeah, thank God. I don't know whether maybe sometimes you can follow other network or maybe other talk shows, but you see, these are things that the media goes through. Even in the challenging time, you don't even know what we go through. We gotta go investigate. How many of your officials that can even give people information?
Update.
That can even get good. How many of them? You will knock on their door, you get tired. Well, anyway.
But I heard something from one of the caller concerning Prince told how he said the law is the law. Which law is he talking about in the government saying they're not in the know?
Okay.
So that's why I keep telling, I told Ali, I said, no, I believe that he's part of it. He's in the know. Because I know in Liberia, a lawmaker, there is no possibility that an individual will bring bulldozers into a community, not only for a single house. We're talking about people with legitimate document to kind of carry on a demolition exercise without the advice and consent of their local district lawmaker. No, I won't bother. He's fully aware. He knows.
That's why from the beginning of the entire conversation, he's been hearing me. The government is aware, even though people say, oh yeah, you know, the judicial branch, yes, I agree 100%. But even if the government say that you win case, the government will not just, that, for example, immediately, this is a PROC time. Amen. These kind of actions are rebel behavior. That they will tell you that you win a case today, then they execute it. No.
Well, how do you win a case when the people who claim to have legitimate document are not represented in court?
Okay.
So who passed the judgment? And even if they pass the judgment, the court will still give you a play-by-play as to how for the transition by giving them time. So then what kind of court are you talking about?
So what kind of court? So what kind of court now? Let's go to the court. Those of you who have who have your little knowledge about law.
Yeah, the law.
We are not lawyers. But go to the court. This one the court that would even the house you are renting. Those of you who are also or maybe renters here and there. The law is there. Even if your landlord gave you notice or maybe for you to move, they have to give you a little time. They have to give you a little time. Even if I leave for 1 or 2 months or even 3 months for you to move. Amen.
Okay, maybe the landlord acknowledge, they just see it this way. The property belongs to the landlord. The landlord exerts all authority with that property. But even if you are renting for him, he said got to treat you within the confines of the law. By giving you time, he got to make an arrangement with you for you to transition. So think about someone who claimed to be the legitimate owner of a property, and you come to move them, and you can't even follow procedure. How does that even work? That's why I would prefer that guy from the community who said this thing been happening before. They have a history of doing it, and they get in the business of abusing people because they believe that the poor people won't be able to defend themselves. I think that's what's happening here. And the other joker going to call talking about he questioning the whole platform only for you to come. You can't waste spin on Sktv.
and let me tell you, these are people when you listen to them behind the scene, you'll be thinking, yeah. The other guy, when you carry on the radio, when you do everything, see? If you don't know the issues, my brother, just keep quiet and let people do the talking. When we come here, we don't just wake up one morning for our horses and just start working, maybe looking for what we can say on radio. You know how many people follow? You know, all of your government officials, they follow the platforms.
Yeah.
You don't know. Okay, so we're lying. Why they can come out and say, no, Sktv people lying?
Yeah, we're lying.
Simple. But they don't come. When you now would think that because you are too emotional, because we say government no, so to you it's That's the thing. As when the government people just go straight to executive branch. Mark, you see the kind of society we have. So it's a government. The people go straight because yes, the president is the commander-in-chief. Huh? We do. So you don't want for people to call his name? They will do. Because he's the one that carrying people. He's the one that driving people. So people will cry on his name. Look, my brother, this is bad. Let us not encourage all these kind of things. That one person will take our community out. Then you want to come there and go investigate. You are investigating.
Yeah.
Okay, you are going to investigate.
Brave.
So why the court can investigate? So why the road the court?
No, we know that one.
My goodness.
My man, I see you, man. We'll do it.
Man. Thank you. See you on tomorrow by the grace of God. First, thanks to all of you. Thank you so much. Even though we've been having some issues with our Facebook page, but hopefully by tomorrow we will be live there on it. We've been streaming from the YouTube. But good night to all of you, Brother Ali also or Ben here with us, and he had to go for his little break. Yes, on tomorrow people will see that love lead. Love is a greater thing, no matter how educated you are, no matter how rich you are, no matter what you have on this earth. We all will leave everything and go. The only thing that should lead in our heart is love. Think, build, and love. Thank you. Good night from us here at SKTV. We love you all, but God love you the best.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here. I'm part of the club. What is our people who willing to sell? Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here the premise from there. So welcome my life with African.
I lyrical
Master.
Play Paris, who make you again Sktv-Lib. Say my journey, Tina get I say my jamo. And you no money, and more yo. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I dine ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I quantity ya to money, and I quadruple ya to money, and I dine ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I quantity ya to money, and I quadruple ya to money, and I forget na ya to money. SKTV, and I forget na. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and I'm part of the club. What is our people who willing to sell? Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and I promise my best. To work with my life with us, yeah. From Grandpa's and Nima to Lufa, from River Sass, River G to Chide, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Monserrat, San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Punk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.